So I realized that most popular YouTubers that I watch will start off with a really cool introduction of them starting off with their morning routine or something like that, but mine is pretty straightforward and very uninteresting. But yeah, here it is. Cheers. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you my armpits. So I'm also one of those weird psychopaths that doesn't drink coffee, so here's a video of me pouring some water. I did that water pouring scene way too many times. You're welcome. Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy Kabala and welcome to my YouTube channel. So yeah, just to give a little bit of a heads up, this is going to be a bit awkward because I am not used to being in front of a camera. I do not like the way that my voice sounds. It is very painful to listen to the audio of my voice. I know that there are a couple people who have been close to me who have mentioned before, or even people who I've just talked to in general have even brought this up, is that I sound quite similar to Tina from Bob's Burgers, which, well, yeah, whatever, I guess that's fine. Yeah, so that made me feel a little bit self-conscious about starting a YouTube channel, since I know that having a monotone voice can oftentimes bore people and not be all that exciting. But I mean, this is my voice, this is how I sound, there's no way of changing it. So this is something that I am just going to get used to, and I'm trying my best to sound a little bit more animated than I normally do. So yeah, you guys are just going to have to get used to that. Sorry. But yeah, to answer the burning question that nobody asked is, why did I decide to start this YouTube channel? To simply answer that question, since December 2018, I graduated college, and till this very day, I have not been able to land a full-time job. This has been very frustrating to me, to say the least, but I am just tired of waiting for a company to present me the opportunity to do the things that I want to do, which is create content. So essentially, I have taken matters into my own hands, and now I'm going to be working for myself so that I could build my own future the way that I want to build it. I mean, it's kind of liberating in a way, because like there is no constraints as to what I can do. I mean, obviously there are some guidelines on YouTube that I follow, and I'm gonna try to keep it like PG as best as I can. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't have to follow any company policy or follow the way that they want me to represent them, where I could just represent myself and talk about the things that I like, that I truly believe in. So in a way, this is something that I feel like is the best route for myself personally. So as you guys can tell from the thumbnail, this is going to be another photography channel. I know that there are so many out there, and obviously they have a way better production quality than what this is going to be right now. I'm going to be editing this on iMovie, which is a free application that comes with every Mac, and I've never even used it before, so this is going to be interesting to say the least as to how this is even going to come out. What really gave me like the inclination to start this channel was because I really enjoy doing street photography, and I've noticed when I look up street photography here in where I live, which is Houston, it is virtually non-existent. I did find a few YouTube videos of people attempting to do street photography, but it is very difficult to do street photography here because even though we are, I guess, like the fourth largest city in the world, there is hardly any foot traffic when you're walking around downtown. Given that Houston is so
ginormous,
everything is so spaced out, so it is virtually impossible to get anywhere without a car. Like, the only time you're ever going to see anybody walking around is either like during the evening when people are bar hopping, or, I mean, in most instances, like during the day, people will probably get out of their office to go have lunch somewhere, and also if there's anyone just standing in the corner, they're probably just waiting to get picked up by the Uber driver. To me, I don't think that street photography necessarily needs to have a human subject in the frame. I feel like you could detect a lot of human presence wherever you go without there actually having to be any people there. I mean, there's always human traces left wherever you go, whereas it is like garbage, or I know that doesn't sound appealing at all, but there, you could always tell that there has been life in some areas. Like, there's more ways of documenting what's going on during this time period where you don't necessarily have to be shooting a person to convey a story. So anytime I go on Instagram and I search up Houston street photography for either hashtags or profiles, I mostly always see photographs of just the Houston skyline, which obviously is probably the biggest representation of Houston, because I'm sure anyone who owns a smartphone or a camera has at some point captured the Houston skyline that lives here. It is very beautiful, but for me, I have not personally been inside any of these buildings. I don't really have much of a connection with them, so it's just more of like a very large art spectacle or art installation in my point of view. So I guess what I'm trying to get at here is that I kind of want to scale it down a little bit and focus more on a local level where I want to capture more of what's going on within the communities surrounding the area of the skyline. I feel like there are several local businesses out there that don't really get that much attention in terms of its visual appeal, but these are places that people often pass by every day on their commute to work or wherever it is that they're going. And sometimes these businesses either do really well or they just kind of become forgotten. And as a result, there's many places that have shut down. Places that I've shot at before or have taken photographs no longer exist now because I don't feel like anyone really cared to acknowledge it or see what it was all about, or didn't really see any appeal to it. So I'm just trying to draw attention to, you know, the community and trying to help, you know. So I just want to use what I know about photography to help draw attention towards these businesses, because I feel like these people who own these businesses have a lot to offer, but don't really have much of a strong, I'm guessing, either like marketing team or anything like that to help advertise them, especially against bigger corporations and whatnot. I mean, I'm not just going to be shooting photographs just to help out local businesses, but that's something that I really like to do. But I just want to, drive around like the outskirts or of the city of Houston or just within the area to just kind of acknowledge more of the smaller things that people tend to overlook, and kind of take a step back to see the beauty in the mundane. Sounds pretty cliche, but I'm just gonna go with that. As to where I am now, where I want to take this channel, so I hope that you guys have actually made it this far and I didn't bore you to death. I appreciate those who decided to stay and listen to what I have to say, and I hope that you tune into the next video. I'm guessing this is the part where I'm supposed to say please like, share, comment, or subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, give it a thumbs down, and you don't have to come here ever again. It's okay. You can watch whatever you want. But yay for the intro.